Adelaide Footy Club Chairman Rod Chapman joins us now. Rob, thanks for your time.
Pleasure. How are you?
Hey, your 2014 membership went on sale this week. I got an email the other day. Hey, how's the uptake been?
You got an email? I got a text message.
Oh, no, I did. I got a text. Sorry, I meant to say that.
Yeah,
I did get a text, yeah.
We probably did both streams. But good. I was talking to Nigel Smart earlier, and I think we sold 300 new memberships yesterday, which is a fantastic effort.
Yeah.
But probably more pleasingly, that's on top of the 2,500 that he was telling me that are brand new memberships to the club for 2014 over the last couple of months. So a terrific start.
So do you count your 3-game memberships and pet memberships and all of that as some clubs do? Are you talking full 11-game Crows memberships?
At this point in time, it's the full 11-game memberships.
Wow.
That's what we've done every year. But look, things are changing, and I reckon Stephen mentioned this the other day. People aren't looking for, or some people aren't looking for that commitment of 11, games in total. So, look, we'll package it up. You've got to listen to the marketplace, and we've got some pretty innovative 3-game packages that we released again yesterday as well.
Rob, do you think the Crows' appeal to all South Australians is as strong as it's ever been?
Look, I'm sure it waxes and wanes over the 23 years that we've, since we formed. Let me say that, we plan to make sure it is more relevant than it ever has been, next year as we move to Adelaide Oval. And you've heard me say in the past, there's some really exciting things there. But nothing will replace a bit of form on the field, playing good opposition in good time slots and winning games of football. So that's the focus.
Been down to Adelaide Oval and had a look, Chappie. It's going to be a magnificent venue when she's done and dusted.
It sure is. And look, I'm not sure everybody quite gets it, and I don't expect everybody to, but, the number of people that are going to get there early, stay there post-game, it is going to bring the city alive. And that vibrancy that we're all seeking, I think this will certainly be a big contributor to it.
Chappie, I think one of the beauties is that you can go and watch the footy, but there are other areas you can go to. So normally it's the footy, but there's some hospitality areas and some public areas that you can go to and engage and talk and have a drink or something to eat. So there's just a bit of variety that you don't normally get at a footy venue.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And, for up the road, there's the library, the museum, the History Trust, the Maritime Museum, it's down the road. But, there's plenty of things to do other than just the normal, what we'd say, hey, go and have an eat and a drink, pre and post game. So, I'm really excited about it.
And 60,000 members, is that the number you're chasing?
Hey, that's the one I'm holding Nigel to account, because that's what he told me. Nigel's working really hard on it, and I know we've sort of, cracked through 50,000, and, we want to grow it, and as I said, then we want to treat them to some good football and a great experience.
And you only got, 3 out of your 90 corporate boxes remaining at Adelaide Oval, Chappie? That's
very true. So that's 90 corporate boxes. We've sold all bar 3, and that's people that have paid 50% of the total annual cost. So they're dyed-in-the-wool, committed, hard numbers. So good to see that demand there from the corporates.
And Nigel sent me a text and he said if you want to buy one of those 3, ring him direct and he'll deal with you. He wants to get them off his books, Rob.
And probably ring tonight.
Hey, Chappie, with those numbers, can you tell if what are CBD supporters and what are country folk? Have you been able to split it up to see who's taking them up?
Really good. Ask me that next time and I'll get those answers. I mean,
sorry,
no, it's a good question, and we definitely do track it. And we know that we've got great country supporters that, travel down each fortnight to watch us play. In terms of the corporate product, I'm not sure. I would imagine the majority would be, at least Adelaide-based. But I'll find that out, and I'll give you a split up for the total membership as well.
Beautiful. For years and years, the club's been very supportive of the regional areas and sending players out to the Riverland, out to Lincoln and Augusta and Whyalla and down south. So is that part of the agenda for next year as well?
Absolutely. We did our community camp down at Narracourt, which I went to, and you get a great reception from them down there. And, the players hold coaching clinics with the kids, and, it's really engaging. And I think we're heading out 4 times this year to country areas: Kapunda, Port Lincoln, Riverland. We'll have to keep the other one guessing, because I don't know.
Are they all pre-season, Rob, or are they in
No,
season?
that'll be throughout the year. So as we're playing, and, we'll get a contingent of players out there to, again, hold those, coaching clinics with the kids and get out there, talk to the community, maybe a bit of education in there, but just, flying the flag for the Adelaide Football Club.
You want to stay a have club, you don't want to be in a have-not club, although having said that, the 2015 revenue, the future fund of the AFL, they're going to give it to the have-nots, but you want to grow your revenue stream. What do you got lined up for that, Rob?
Oh, look, as soon as you stop growing, by definition, you're dying. So you've always got to be seeking out alternative or other streams of revenue, and we'll do that. Look, we're looking at a whole range of initiatives, some very, very embryonic, but we've got to start thinking about those now and bring them into play next year and beyond, just to keep up with, the Melbourne-based clubs, as an example, who are all into, big function centres. Collingwood's got 4 or 5 pubs, 100 poker machines, and we've got none of that. So we're not going to sit idle on our hands. We'll have plans in place to, diversify our revenue, just to make sure that, we remain one of those clubs that can pour resource into, the football side of the business, which at the end of the day is why we exist.
Don't worry about Collingwood. They lost $7.5 million on their pub, so you've got to be careful with what you do diverse into, Rob.
Very, very true. Very true. And we learnt from that, not learnt from it, but, we examined that closely. I think, their future revenue projections are pretty solid though, Rowie.
When will your financials be made public, just while we got on that topic?
Our AGM is the 12th of December from memory, so we'll release the financials then, and we always set aside some time for our members, and we have a bit of a get-together. They get the opportunity to pose questions, probe, what's going on down there, so I'll front them, the evening of the 12th.
1999 1395, Chappie, you know how this works. We're interactive. A text message straight away. You're going out to 3 regions. You say you're going out there 4 times. This is Michelle on Kangaroo Island. What about us?
Good idea. Good idea. We'll get the tides right and the wind and...
straight over on the ceiling.
Yeah. I didn't deliberately forget. I actually have forgotten what the 4th one is.
No, it doesn't matter. Someone will let us know. Yeah.
Hey, Chappie, how's your sponsorship going with Puma? I think it's about 12 months old now.
Great. Puma, I reckon I'm correct in saying, we've just sold or surpassed $1 million in merchandise sales. And that's the first time ever. So, the people out there love the product. They're buying our brand, and I'd go as far as to say that the shop that we've put in at Regent Place has got a fair bit to do with that.
Really?
And,
it's going well,
people coming through. It is. It's going great. And, it's just that extra foot traffic. There's people in there that actually go to Rundle Mall to shop. So I'm sure that's had a big role. So Puma are very happy with us. We're very happy with them.
And are you happy with the squad being back into training?
Yeah. All back yesterday, weren't they? And second day today. We've got the state squad. First run tomorrow, Bill Harper told me. So
Really?
We've got 15 lads out there having their first ever run, and we'll get those numbers up to sort of the mid-20s, during the pre-season and beyond. So that'll be exciting for them.
Is that a difficult juggling act to have the 2 different squads training?
Yeah, I suppose it does add to the logistics. That'll be sort of Phil's ballywick a bit, and, it's going to add enormous value and structure to the club. So we've got to get that right. I reckon of the 15, 5 are from the country.
Okay.
5 are from the Amateur League, and 5 initially from the SANFL. So a good little mix there, and they'll train once a week now in the pre-season on a Wednesday, and I reckon we get into season proper, and they're out there Friday afternoons.
Do you know when you got access to Adelaide, your first run on Adelaide Oval? Has that been sort of organised yet or not?
No, look, I don't think it has, and given the test match, and, I reckon, we're locked out of it for the first round.
So maybe not until then.
It might be the week of, the showdown.
Rob, just as a topical one, the AOC, the Australian Olympic Commission, bringing out a new alcohol policy, basically banning alcohol in competition. Would your club look at that? Have you got a good alcohol policy within your club?
Look, I haven't got line of sight of what they have come out and said. I can understand why they would certainly consider it. You know, we'll always look at those things and take advice. We don't have a blanket policy, and quite frankly, I'm not one for one-size-fits-all blanket policies because we're all different.
Yep.
As long as, you know, you're responsible and you've got a good culture, I would leave that to discretion. Now, there'll be times where I'm sure, you know, the skipper or the coach or CEO might, you know, say, right, no alcohol if you're playing finals as an example, but yeah, no, just say no alcohol for the whole season. Oh, I don't know. I don't think that's quite right.
Well, yeah, like we've been saying, and I've been discussing with Bone, if your culture's right, if your leadership's right, if there's respect back to the player to it, and if it is one-offs, you can't just whack the modern player across the head with a broom and say one size fits all. They need a release, don't they, Robert? It's a high-pressured sport. I don't know whether you heard Brad Crouch on with us. An 18-year-old talking as liberally and as openly as he did about it was just brilliant.
Oh, there you go. I missed him, but you're absolutely right. It's all about, you know, level of responsibility, accountability, and, you know, your teammates around you in a footy environment. And it actually extends way beyond football too, you know. That should be the same with just your mates and family and so forth, work environments.
Hey, Rob,
responsibility.
We're hearing a lot about the physical condition of the players, A, on their return, and B, what the club's looking for this year. Are we getting set up or getting ready for one of your hardest pre-seasons ever? All the words coming out of your camp suggest that that's going to be the case.
I think they were pretty tired last night by all reports. I think, no, I don't think. I know every player in the squad. I think there's a benchmark of having to run the 1.5 or 1,500 metres, and everyone, including, you know, the big guys, you know, Shawnee Mack and Big Sam, all got to the 1,500 metre mark, which I don't think they've done before. So a good indication of their current level of fitness. I was talking to Brenton Sunday, and you know, a couple of the boys have come back with, you know, modified or slightly different body shapes. A couple of them have lost a couple of kilos, and normally we talk about putting kilos on, muscle on over the summer, but these boys probably seeking a little bit more agility, flexibility, you know, a bit more streamlined figure to, you know, inject a bit of pace into their legs. So slightly different, I suspect.
What's fascinating a few of us is to talk about the mental department and how all clubs are now saying, no, we're going above the shoulders this year. We're going to have a little more emphasis above the shoulders and delve into a player's brain. Now, traditionally, that's danger zone, but it sounds like it's the way of the future, that a little bit of mental pre-season work as well.
Everyone's seeking an edge. You know, this is a game of inches, and everyone's looking for that psychological edge, physical edge, physiology edge. So, you know, your resources, your equipment. So, look, no, it shouldn't be any surprise that we'd be delving into that area.
1991395. This is from Con, and I say here. Can you just put a text through to Puma? And this is from Con. Please ask Chappie to speak to Puma and ask him to get bigger Guernseys for us fat buggers. No, that's fine. There it is. For us fat buggers. Yeah. Can you do that, Chappie, on behalf of me and Con?
Mate, and me, extra large. Con, I'm listening.
Okay. Hey, thanks for your time, Chappie. Well done.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Adelaide Chappie. Football Club Chairman Rod Chapman joins us each and every week. Great having a chat.
Fantastic. Speaks really well.
See where they're at.
Very excited about the move to Adelaide Oval.
And good.